What is up, everybody? This is Clock Management. I am your host, Justin, and as always, I'm joined by Perry.
Hey, Justin.
What up, man?
Just thinking, I'll cook you dinner if you cook me breakfast.
I mean, I'm a horrible cook, but I'm down with this. Breakfast is easy.
Yeah, this is really bad pickup line.
and I just got promised food, so I'm in.
It's early. That's about the best I could do.
Good enough.
Never tried to pick up anybody at 7 o'clock in the morning. So, in fact, I think you're the only person I've ever tried to pick up. So
that's. And you've tried many times. I would say your success rate isn't too good at this point, Perry.
Which I feel like is pretty accurate for pickup lines.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I think if your success rate is 40% with pickup lines, you're doing something right.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about some fantasy football.
Do we have to?
Yeah. I would love to go over the statistics of pickup lines on all morning, I guess, or all day. But yeah, I think we're going to talk about some football instead.
Okay. That's our next podcast.
Yeah. All right. So first I want to go over the injuries that happened week 2 because it's directly related to the waiver wires, right? And plus, if you missed it and you have one of these guys, you probably want to know.
Right.
All right. So Andy Dalton had an ankle injury. I don't know when he will be back or if he will be back this season. Justin Fields came into play the second half, and I think that the team's just going to move forward with Justin Fields at this point.
Yeah. The nice thing about this situation is if Justin Fields struggles, they don't have to keep him out there. If they had sat Andy Dalton because he was playing poorly, a little bit of a different, situation. Yeah.
Because now they could always go back to, well, we just weren't playing Dalton because of the injury.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Justin Fields, I wouldn't start him. I don't think he's looked all that good.
Yeah, I was going to go over that because I know in the waivers, a lot of people are going to be picking him up. So
right.
that's I'll talk more about that then. But
sure.
Yeah. All right. Next, we got Carson Wintz, who sprained both of his ankles.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah. When I first heard that, I thought it was like a mistake, like somebody just like slipped up or something. Yes, yeah. He sprained both ankles at the same time.
I was watching the pregame show for Monday Night Football, and Steve Young was on there, who was, an OG mobile quarterback. Mm-hmm. And when they said that, he laughed out loud and said, "That's not possible."
What? It's a new era, all right?
Carson Wentz defies physics.
It's a new era, okay? There's new scientific breakthroughs every day, Steve Young.
To be fair, I didn't think it was possible to throw the ball while you were completely parallel to the ground 50 yards and hit a receiver directly in his face mask, but I saw Patrick Mahomes do it last year.
In the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I also didn't think it's possible for a receiver to drop that ball, but it happened.
Well, good news for the Colts offensive line. Carson Wentz is no longer the quarterback, so they can go back to being good.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about offensive lines and Carson Wentz, but
maybe he's just a jerk to them.
I don't know, but every offensive line he plays for is just garbage.
Yeah. All right. The Browns, Baker Mayfield had a shoulder injury. He left the game, but then came back to the game. So I think he's fine, but it's something to monitor.
He's good.
And then Jarvis Landry had a knee injury. He did not come back. He has an MRI set for yesterday morning. We haven't got the results yet.
I expect him to be out. I don't know. I mean, if Odell Beckham's hitting waiver wires or anything like that, we could maybe mention him. But
yeah,
if Jarvis Landry's out, Odell Beckham is definitely worth starting.
Yeah, definitely. Man, Tua is
I
out
know.
with a rib injury.
Yeah.
He had to be carted off the field. It's horrible to see, but I mean, this was the fear with them, right? That he couldn't stay healthy. That's why he slipped to number 2 in the draft.
Right.
It's hard to say someone slipped when they were picked number 2.
I think what I'm more worried about with the Tua injury, I wasn't really starting Tua. I just think there are so many better options and for late round quarterbacks, but it's Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle was looking really good prior to the Tua injury, and so just something to kind of watch. I don't know if he's going to get the same attention if Tua's out.
Yeah, it'll be something to pay attention to, where the targets are going. The Rams, Darrell Henderson. I've heard him pronounce it Darrell, which is
okay. Well, then it's Darrell. I'll call him what he calls himself.
But I've also I've heard him speak many times, and he could be wrong. Let's just say that.
Jaden, it's Julio Jones, 100%.
So Los Angeles, in the fourth quarter, he exited the game and didn't come back. So that could have just been a safety precaution. But I mean, the fact that he's out with the rib injury isn't a very good sign. So Sony Michel is probably most likely to be the lead back there.
Yeah, definitely part of my waiver section. But
yeah. Another quarterback. Multiple players for this team. So the Texans, Tyrod Taylor, with the hamstring injury, they said they're not ruling out Watson coming in. They said that I forgot who the backup is. Davis Mills was going to be starting, but Watson is not ruled out of the picture.
Right. And we haven't heard anything officially from the NFL regarding
no, they're not going to make a decision till after this season because they're going to wait till all the litigation, I'm sure.
Right. So there's nothing to stop them from doing it unless the NFL decides to put him on the commissioner's exempt list, which could happen. It still could happen. But do you start Deshaun Watson?
If he's playing, I'm starting.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I have like a Kyler or Dak or Mahomes,
Right.
Okay. The Nick is actually from the Cleveland area, so he probably is paying more or gets information out there a little bit faster than we do. He said he's hearing that it's MCL sprain out 2 to 3 weeks for Jarvis.
Yeah. Well, again, I think Odell is a full go for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a borderline go even if Jarvis is there. And then the fact that Jarvis isn't there, he's got to be because he will get all of the attention that he craves.
Right.
Also for the Texans, Danny Amendola and Nico Collins is out, hamstring and shoulder respectively. That sucks because Nico is a rookie. I was hoping that he could just get a ton of targets or get targets there with the team that just isn't that good. You know what I mean? So he could be a breakout player, but that's going to be hard now that he's hurt.
Right.
Brandon Cooks should get all of the targets now, though.
Brandon Cooks is, he's who he thought he would be, or you thought he would be last year.
Yeah, he was last year too, though.
Yeah, but I think even more so.
I know. I'm like, I don't know why everyone disrespects Brandon Cooks so much. I just disrespected him. Brandon Cooks so much. I was reading Nico Collins. But yeah, dude always does this, and yet we I've been
saying this about Brandon Cooks for like the last 5 seasons. So
it just blows my mind, and he still gets drafted. People are like, drop him 2 more rounds this season.
Right. I guess he's just not sexy for some reason, but
but that's all the injuries that I wanted to go over. So
Right
now
on.
we have. Oh, I wanted to go over a couple other things, some reactions to the week, Barry.
Yeah, me too.
I brought up the games here somewhere. Let me see if I could find. There it is. All right. So first of all, are the Raiders a good team?
I think they are.
Yeah, I mean they're 2-0. They just beat the Steelers.
I think they're a good team. I don't think they're a great team. I think Derek Carr is really good. I think Derek Carr, again, kind of like Brandon Cooks, just does not get the respect that he deserves. I think the best part of that team is Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I don't think the defense
You're going to hate me for this, but you sound like John Gruden right now.
No, I don't, because I'm making sense.
I know, because he said that after the game. He is like, maybe now Derek Carr could get the respect he deserves.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that John Gruden could make complete sentences. But
I'm sure there were some grunts in there or something like that.
I don't think the defense is as good as it's looked. I will say that. And I think that they will probably finish third in that division. But the Raiders are definitely better than we thought they were.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you've seen the movie Freaky Friday, Perry?
Mm-hmm.
So we last week we saw Freaky Sunday with Jameis and who's the other person? Jameis and Aaron Rodgers. And apparently that's ended now.
Right.
We saw the switch back.
Yeah, I saw that stat line. I wasn't able to watch that particular game. And it was like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, it was horrible to watch.
It really was pretty tough to watch.
I'm not gonna lie. Last week after I saw him just lighting up the defense, I was like, man, I'm gonna go outside and start doing some of these ridiculous Jameis Winston workouts I've been seeing. Like apparently they work.
Yeah.
I grabbed a towel, went out in the yard, had my dog chasing me.
You're just, twisting those hips around and stuff.
Yeah, pretending to throw a towel. Right. Yeah. Now I got to stop that and untrain myself from ever doing that and delete all the videos of it. It's horrible.
Okay.
Sorry. There's a couple other ones I wanted to cover. Oh man, so the Chiefs and Ravens game, the Ravens finally beat the Chiefs. Like Lamar this is his first time ever beating the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Do you think this is we'll see this in the playoffs? These two teams?
I think there's a very good chance we see these two teams meet up in the playoffs.
Do you think we see a repeat of this game?
No, I don't. I think the Chiefs easily win.
Yeah. Why do the Seahawks hate stopping the run?
I don't know. I don't have a reaction to that.
Derrick Henry for 800 points this week in fantasy football.
I mean,
and then Monday Night Football happens, and Aaron Jones hold my beer.
Yeah. I mean, I could put you in front of Derrick Henry and ask why you hate stopping the run too. So
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he did make a meme out of who was it? One of the Seahawks players last year when the guy tried to tackle him and then just ran away from him.
Oh, I can't remember.
Was it Cam Chancellor?
Oh, I hope.
Man. Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna find that meme. I'm posting that now that I thought about it. All right. Is there any other games you wanted to go over?
I wanted to ask you about two situations. All right. You brought up the Raiders, so this is fair. Is Denver's offense good?
Oh, yeah. You remember last year, I was talking about Drew Lock having the possibility of being a top 10 quarterback if he could turn the corner now that he has all of those offensive weapons. Well, all those offensive weapons are still there. The only thing that changed is Drew Lock.
Yeah.
And so now they brought in a better quarterback. And so, yeah, they have a good offense.
Yeah.
And they have an amazing defense. Yeah. So that's a pretty good combo there. And I'm not saying Teddy Bridgewater is Patrick Mahomes, but he doesn't need to be.
Yeah. How about a Teddy Bridgewater stream next week against the Jets?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Doesn't that sound pretty good if you lost one of those quarterbacks?
The Jets looking so horrible this week. That is another one I wanted to talk about. Bill Belichick doing this to rookie quarterbacks over and over. Like, it's just cruel.
Bill Belichick's like, I might not be able to win any more Super Bowls, but I'll destroy some dreams.
On my way out, I'm destroying dreams.
Yeah. And then I was going to, can you give me a complete rundown of the 49ers backfield situation?
Yes. So they have Elijah Mitchell heading it up. He's injured. Behind him, they have Hasty, who's also injured. And then behind him, they have Trey Sermon, who is also injured. And then behind him, they have someone, I forgot his first name, but his last name is Cannon, who they signed last week, who's never, he's practiced for about 5 days now. So he should be their lead back. They recently, I think Saturday, signed Kerryon Johnson. So, 5 years ago, he was awesome. And then they're bringing in either today or yesterday to work out TJ Yeldon. So we meet again, TJ.
Yeah. What are you going to do with that inner conflict?
Oh man, no, my hatred for him overrules my fandom.
Wow.
That's how deep it is. When he's on the field, I will root for a fumble.
That's wild. All right. Well, should we jump into some waivers here?
Yeah, let's get to some waivers.
Okay.
Let me close this.
On the segue here of the 49ers backfield, if you're not in desperate need of a running back this coming week, I think a really good stash is Jeff Wilson.
Yes, if you have room on your bench or an open IR slot, throw him in there.
Yeah, so that's situation dependent, your situation, that is. But if you have room to grab him, I would grab Jeff Wilson over a lot of the people that are available for waivers this week.
Yeah, someone needs to tell Shanahan he doesn't have to start a new quarterback every week. Like, he doesn't need 17 starting running backs. He doesn't need 17 starting running backs. You can start the same one 2 weeks in a row. It's okay.
I don't know. He's kind of like Sid from Toy Story, just out there just breaking his toys. So
and piecing them back together.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the 49ers backfield is. So maybe he does have to start a new running back every week.
And wide receivers too. Yeah. Like, he just hates fantasy football. That's what I'm learning.
Brandon Ayuk fired.
And Sherfield got some passes last week, and then who was it? Was it Sherfield?
Yeah, I know.
Week one. Oh yeah, I'm like, did I say it wrong? I mispronounce names all the time. And then who was Juwan this week? Got the touchdown. What? Where is?
I know who Juwan is, but
yeah, but where is Debo and Ayuk? That's who it should be all the time.
They're fired.
Debo at least gets love, but Ayuk, oh my God.
Who's your first waiver priority?
All right, so I want to talk about Justin Fields. If you're in a 2-quarterback league or something like that, then yeah, you could start him. But outside of that, I wouldn't start him this week. Like you said, he's going to be flying off waivers because he's exciting rookie mobile quarterback. Everyone was excited in the draft for him.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping in the Pace League that Adam Rank does start him because he's a huge Bears fan, and this will make my matchup a little easier. So go for that. He's been talking him up, but I wouldn't start him this week. I think that's just someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think if you lost one of these quarterbacks, Teddy Bridgewater this week, like we were talking about, is a really, really good play against the Jets. And then just go out there and just look for these streaming guys.
Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is, I mean, the way he's been playing, he's not even a streaming option. That's a starting quarterback.
Yeah, that you can pick up off waivers.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. I'm not sure who he's playing this week. I can tell you in just a second.
Yeah, Derek Carr is the first quarterback throwing again or to throw for over 20 fantasy points against the Steelers defense in 2 years.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
Matthew Stafford was probably drafted, but somebody that may be available in your league. Joe Burrow against Pittsburgh is probably somebody I'm going to try to avoid.
Yeah.
Although Pittsburgh looked pretty porous against the Raiders. So
good word choice.
Okay.
Teddy Bridgewater too, like you said, against the Jets.
Yeah. I just said that twice.
Yeah, I love that matchup though. That's if I'm streaming a quarterback, that's where I'm going.
Okay. So first running back, I think priority is probably Sony Michel, like we talked about. Darrell Henderson, that's going to take a while for me to get used to. His status is kind of up in the air, but there's a good chance he does not play this week. Sony Michel appears to be the number one back on a really good offense. I
forgot during the last one, the reactions to ask you, because when I was looking over here, I have a note about this guy. Falcons running back, Perry. Who's their running back one? Is it Mike Davis or is it Cordell Patterson?
I think it's still Mike Davis. It's week 2, and in week 2 they played Tampa. So I wasn't really going to make a big judgment on Mike Davis this week. I will say that I'm worried, but I'm not to the point now where I'm done. Like, I have Mike Davis in 1 league, and I haven't sat him yet, and I'm not going to sit him or anything like that because he played Tampa. So we'll see how he does this coming week, and then that's when I'll start to panic.
Okay. All right. Patterson, but no, I agree with you. It's Sony. Sony's probably the top priority.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard, if he's available in your league, I would try to grab him.
Yeah, I think the situation in Dallas is we should have kind of expected this. Mike McCarthy came out and said that they were going to take it easy with Zeke early in the season, and now we're all surprised that they're taking it early with Zeke early.
Well, we don't expect the coaches to tell us the truth.
I know, but I'm not worried about Zeke. You're still starting Zeke. I think by the end of the season, you're going to be getting round 1 production out of him. Zeke had a good game this week, but Tony Pollard's going to get used in this offense. There's no doubt about it. He looks more explosive. He looks faster than Zeke. And I think Tony Pollard has to be owned, period. And he's a borderline start.
Yeah. One other guy that I really like in PPR formatting is JD McKissick.
Love JD.
I was worried. I like JD. I thought he'd get some work, but I also was worried that maybe, Antonio Gibson stays on the field too much. That doesn't seem to be the problem. They seem to love throwing the ball. When they went to the 2-minute drill,
right?
Gibson got a 2-minute break on the sideline. So because they got all the work.
JD is clearly a super good pass catching running back.
No, he's a really good running wide receiver.
Right. And they're going to use him. There's no doubt about it. They're going to use him. I like him a lot. Michael Pittman Jr.
He went 5 for 6 for 83 yards.
I know, Justin.
That's awesome. Well, I know you know.
I'm just talking to you. All these people watching, they're just, what up, guys? I'm talking to my friend here. Michael Pittman Jr. Week 1, I dropped him in a league, and I'm regretting it now. So, but with Carson Wentz going down, do you expect to see some more of this?
Yeah. I mean, it's Jacoby's going to throw it to the wide receivers, right? Like,
No, it's
I
Jacob
expect him.
Eason.
Or Eason, yeah, sorry. Wrong. I forgot Jacoby is the wrong backup. He used to be their backup quarterback, moved to another team where their quarterback is now also injured.
Right.
But yeah, Eason, I expect to throw to the wide receiver some. I mean, you can't throw it to him less. I think week 1, there was like less than 10 targets to wide receivers from Wentz.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it can't get worse than that. So I expect some, and I think he will be a beneficiary of that.
Yeah. So I know you're not going to believe me here, but only rostered in 45% of CBS leagues, Rondale Moore.
That's who I was just going to talk about. Like, I know both of us have been big on this guy, but like, I've been posting this everywhere for weeks. Like, go get Rondell Moore, and he is still unowned. I said last week it'd be the last week you could get a discount on him, and now you're going to be racing everyone else to the waiver wire for him because he is going to be probably everyone's number 1 waiver wire pick, which I think he should be. He has a chance to be the wide receiver 2 on what might be the highest scoring fantasy offense in the NFL. So, yeah, go get him.
Yeah. You got somebody to throw out there?
Yeah. So Rondell Moore. I cannot stress this enough. Go get him.
Yeah.
But no. So also another running back that I would like to grab. That I mean, I have him in several leagues, but it's Michael Carter. He's gotten off to a slow start, but he's been getting more and more of the snap count the last 2 weeks. So I think that he's coming around. They said he was having issues learning the offense as a rookie. So maybe by midseason you'll start to see him with as more of a bell cow role. Which sometimes you see with players, right? And with rookies, you'll see people draft them and then drop them really early. And that's your opportunity to grab these guys.
Yeah.
And I just saw in the chat someone said thoughts on Ruggs. I actually have him on my list.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not expecting the production week in and week out with Ruggs, but if he's going to be on that offense and Derek Carr's going to be playing that well, Ruggs is good. He's definitely a flex play for me.
Yeah. When I got an opportunity to talk to Darren Waller this offseason, and he said that this year, he didn't say any names, the wide receivers really needed to prove themselves. And yeah, that's a good point. And I think they're stepping up to the challenge. Like they look a lot better than they have in previous years. I think that, I mean, Ruggs has only been there for a year, but I think that he's going to be just fine. Like he's not going to be the elite wide receiver they drafted thinking they were getting, Tyreek Hill, but he's going to be a fantasy startable player. So
let's see for flex, Justin, real quick, Ruggs or Antonio Brown?
Oh man, I think I'm going with Antonio Brown there.
Yeah, me too. Even against the Rams.
Because he's not their number 1 pass option, right? So he's not going to be the focus of the Rams defense. Like I think Antonio Brown against tough defenses is probably a better play than Antonio Brown against soft defenses, because then you have to worry about, Mike Evans and Godwin getting the option or the look first.
All right, a couple more. Kenny Golladay or Ruggs?
Who's the Giants play this week?
Atlanta.
Ooh. I think I go Ruggs.
Yeah, I think I go Ruggs too.
And I was big on Kenny Golladay, but
I know
Daniel Jones has been letting me down there, getting him the ball.
I mean, Kenny Golladay had 8 targets this week.
Yeah, but some of those were not catchable.
I wasn't watching the game, but I assume you're right. One more here. Ruggs or Tim Patrick?
Oh, I go Ruggs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even against the Denver's got the Jets.
I know. But I mean, there will be touchdowns, but then I think I might want Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams in the second half.
Fair enough.
Because I don't know what the Jets do in the second half besides just lay down and take it.
Fair enough. Okay. You got any other waiver targets?
Let me just go back, double check my list. This guy's still available in like half of leagues on Yahoo, and I don't know why, and that's Kenneth Gainwell. He should be rostered. So if he's out there, roster him. You have spots on your team for him. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I picked him up last week with my waiver, and he's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
Just
right.
Waiting.
Waiting in the wings.
I've made my expectation on whether or not Miles Sanders is as good as people thought he was pretty clear. I don't think he is.
Yeah. Gainwell actually got more targets than him last week. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that's everything that I wanted to talk about for the week. So
I wanted to get your reaction on the man, the myth, the legend, Rob Gronkowski.
Oh my God. I was wrong on Rob Gronkowski for this year. I was worried he was another year older. Same thing with Tom Brady, right? Like everyone, he's another year older. Can he keep doing it? Yes, he can. And especially when he's got Tom Brady just feeding him the ball. I saw a touchdown pass where the announcers were talking about how they left him open in the middle of the field, and they're like circling him. But as they're doing it, you can see a wide receiver standing all alone in the end zone. And I'm like, Tom Brady had an open guy, and he's like, no, this one's going to Gronk. I could get it in there.
Yeah, I said it this time last week. It was literally 7 days ago. This time, I will start Gronk over everyone but Kittle, Kelsey, and Waller. Those are the only.
What about Hawkinson? Yeah,
Hawkinson looked good last night. I will admit that. But I mean, if Gronk's going to get those kind of end zone targets, I don't know how you sit him. I don't know how
it's hard.
Sit him.
Yeah, I think if I have him, he's in.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to say, you guys see at the bottom this little scrolly thing, autographed Calvin Ridley jersey. Just go to Clockmanagement.football, enter your email in there, and you're entered to win. And that'll enter you in future giveaways too. So you do it one time, and it enters you to win like every month. So that's pretty awesome.
Go do it.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.